Good morning and welcome to the Aaron Russos podcast, wherever you are, maybe listening from all around this beautiful earth. I'm recording today from the Mildura Library in Sunraysia, somewhere that I grew up a long time ago. Family was into farming. Started off in Sultana and then diversified in a bit of fruit and veg. So it's a beautiful region. It's all happening at this time of year, January. All the grapes, all the vines are full. Let's put it that way. So everyone's out picking, and it's a beautiful time to be in this Sunraysia. So today, just wanted to talk to you. The title of the pod will be "Everyone Gets a Spiritual Awakening." No one is exempt. So the reason why we have karma and we live in a world of duality where we have yin and yang and right and wrong and dark and light is so that we can find things. If we didn't have the duality, it would just be singular and we just know. Whereas with duality, you get two different options, and they're not right or wrong. They're just two different ways that go to different places. So it's important to know that if you want to reject every ounce of spirituality or every ounce of niceness and love and compassion and all these benevolent, beautiful energies, then you are still loved equally by the Creator. It's totally a choice thing because we live on the only planet of free choice in our galaxy. And so therefore, it's up to you. And there's no judgment. So that's fine. You can do what you want, but in that same sentence, then you are respectfully asked that you allow others to do whatever they want. That's the way it works. It's quite fair. So therefore, just say you didn't want to be part of it, the laws of the galaxy, universe, the system that we within that you probably don't know a lot about because you need to be cycling to a higher consciousness to get a good, or be an old soul to have a good understanding of this. So you don't know that all these challenges, that speed humps in your life, challenges, loud awakenings, really bad things that can hurt you, even cause traumas, are all designed to wake you up. Everybody. No one is exempt from being woken up. We're born into a system that that we know about things like reincarnation. It's not documented anywhere. Every clergyman on the earth talks about it, but they can't explain it in any detail where it makes sense to us. So over 85% of the world, if you asked 8 billion people, do you believe in reincarnation? They say yes, but there's nothing that's ever been provided to give proof to that. So that means that there's something going on, and that something that's going on is coming from within us. And basically, we are going to get these wake-up calls. These things are going to keep happening to try and make us look in certain places. That soul stuff I was telling you about, and I said it's really, really complicated, and it's only complicated because it's multidimensional and it's spiritual, and it's everything that on earth that we don't practice. We are the body, mind, and soul. But here on earth, we're very heavily just into two parts of the three, or one part of the three. And so therefore, we're not really expressing ourselves fully. These awakenings come, and you might choose to ignore it. we just don't know how humanly conditioned each one of us are to be able to handle the awakening. So I guess for me, my first awakening was having a trauma that was causing a physical condition that no doctor, specialist, or hundreds of thousands of dollars in the world could fix. And then I went to a kinesiologist who asked my innate when the trauma was, which was a very young, early age, before I was old enough to sort of process this sort of stuff. My little primitive brain couldn't handle it. So therefore it flicked on a switch in my head and caused this physical condition that I had for 20 years. 20 years. Very serious medical condition, and then it was gone within half an hour of a meeting with a kinesiologist. That was a long time ago. Did that wake me up? Did I go, oh my God, how many people are out there that have got this problem, that are seeing doctors and getting nowhere? And no, it didn't wake me up. Such a profound, huge awakening, something that would normally profoundly change someone's world. And I just went on as normal. And so then there was challenges. It wasn't easy. I haven't had the easiest life in respect. And a lot of it's self-inflicted, and a lot of it's because I had other traumas, other insecurities, other fears, other wounds, other childhood wounds that were affecting my life. And basically, every time that I was presented with something that was, I found a similarity in some of my wounds or some of my traumas. So say, for instance, I was in a very narcissistic, controlling relationship with someone or a family member, and then I'd go to work and someone at work would try and be a little bit controlling or bossy or thing, and I'd get triggered and I'd run. Now, when you are very wounded, like I was, I had some traumas there as well, what do you think happens when you keep running and you have to run and have 3-4 jobs a year for years and years and years and years and years, end on end? You get nowhere. My conditioning, my wounds, were all masking a deeper seated problem, and it wasn't until I addressed this deeper seated problem and learned how to transmute these negative feelings within me and how to basically allow myself to understand them fully and transmute them and get rid of them. And then on the other side, this beautiful person comes out, and now, it's very hard to get triggered. So it is worth going through. It's not nice to go through. Most people, when they're talking about this, don't even realise it. You know, unless you are trained to see this, you would just think that's life. Life is just negative, dense, traumatic, fearful, expect the worst, doom and gloom. That's how I grew up. I grew up thinking money is the root of all evil. Money doesn't grow on trees. I grew up being restricted. And it wasn't until later in life that some of those things, because it came from people that I trusted and loved, had actually made their way into my belief system or my set of belief systems, and then I had to go back in and erase it for me to be able to go and work and operate in the world as someone called the true self. And when you meet your true self, I've never met anyone, I've never done work with anyone and transmuted all these fears, wounds, traumas, and come out on the other side, and then they've gone, oh, wow, that's my true self, I don't like them. every single one of them has fallen in love and gone, oh my God, this person is amazing. Who is it? And how can you not love your true self? Yeah. You imagine you without any of the traumas, any of the conditioning, anything that you've been grown with. What's left is just that just you, and everyone loves that person. It's almost impossible not to. Then you're more content, you're more balanced, you make better decisions, your life starts going in the right direction. But you can't do it unless you recognize that you need to do it first. So therefore, it's true that everyone individually is here going on a spiritual journey, because we all have a soul. So therefore, we're here. Yeah, we've got our biological, our linear timeline or whatever, but we've also got our spiritual one. Right? We've ignored it for a long time, and that's caused a lot of problems, and it's impacted and it's compacted a lot more negativity onto us. And now we're at breaking point. There's a shift. We know that there is better for us out there. We know that this can't be it. There must be better for humanity, because from what I can see, there is better, and from what I can see, you'll all love it. But you've got to go through that slow, uncomfortable change to get there. So not impossible, just got to get there. So basically, no one exempt from this. So, from someone in my position, they can sort of see all this and gone through it, been there, done that, I guess. What I do now is I try and invest in myself every week. And because by doing that and by I guess, addressing that I do have a soul and that I'm not just a product of my environment and the conditioning from the world, by acknowledging that, what I'm doing is then I'm going internally and I'm starting to get some answers for myself. I'm starting to grow. And I guess ultimately this is leading to me then being able to have aha moments, or have spiritual learnings or development, or have beautiful, magical synchronicities, downloads and systems. Like I'm connecting to source. I'm a little bit more connected into the mainframe than the people that are more conditioned and they're further away from the mainframe. And I'm talking about the mainframe, I'm talking about the source energy, but it's also talking about all of us. If I say I have a piece of the creator in the spark, in that flame in myself, then all of you do, and we're all connected in that way. There is a system that we're part of. So I have learned to come out on the other side, and now I just invest in myself, and life is very softer. Lessons are softer. There's no loud, impactful, intense lessons and things being forced upon me, because I've addressed and got back to who I am. So everyone gets a spiritual awakening. No one is exempt. So the longer you fight it, the harder it's going to be. The longer you fight it, the less you acknowledge it, the louder the lessons get, the more they get, and it can almost get to a point where they cause traumas within you. And then to go that far deep into yourself to be able to work your way out of a trauma is another level again. Not saying you can't be done. It creates the most courageous people that more courage than what anyone on earth. You imagine, seeing some of this stuff. It's quite empowering. Once you test it, once you see it, once you can start using it, it's just, there is going to be a little bit of a period where you feel a little bit uncomfortable and a bit out of things. So this spiritual awakening, if you want to ignorant, totally your choice. Things are going to get louder. You're stuck with a lot. You work with it. You go through it. You come out on the other side and you're balanced and you've got all control is yours. You control your health. You control all the aspects of your life. You make very good decisions. You have access to great intuitive downloads. Everything happens better and more efficiently, and then you're going to have a better life. And my life growing up wasn't great. Yeah, there's a lot of lessons, a lot of learning, and yeah, we had to go through it. Great where we are now, but younger people are cycling to different numbers. I'm a numerologist, obviously. There's less karma for them coming in. There's less lessons. It's a lot softer. So therefore, that development needs to be about dropping the structure and getting back to who we are. The young people help us to change the paradigms, to change the templates, to crack the generational curses. That's why each family does have a black sheep that goes off and does their own thing, and they go, oh, that family used to think this, and now they are a little bit more understanding. Yeah. If that person didn't go and do their own thing, then we wouldn't need to be understanding. We'd be the same. But because we all shift and change and things are moving, we're all growing. So that's all I wanted to say about today, is that we all get a spiritual awakening. No one's exempt, and we're better off going with it than fighting it, because it could definitely take you down a track that is the long way around, I guess, if you want to put it like that. Aaron Roussos Podcast, thank you for listening. Have an awesome day wherever you are. Bye.